Today I'm going to be reviewing this Heeta waterproof dry bag that was recently sent to me by the brand. It's going to be taped shut here, so let me go ahead and get that off here, and then I'll pull it out. There we go. Just kind of rip the box. And then this is going to be the dry bag. I will give you the measurements on this just so you know. I'm also going to test it in some water here to see how well it actually is going to work as well. So let me pop this out. You can see everything that's going to come inside of here. So it's actually going to come with a phone dry bag as well. So that's going to be a nice feature. And it's also going to then, of course, come with your dry bag here as well. So how this is going to essentially work is it's designed to kind of wrap around, and then you are then going to just clip it. So it comes with a variety of different spots here where you can clip things to it. You can easily clip this one to it as well. So let's go ahead and get some water and do the water test on this. So how this dry bag is actually going to work, I'm just going to kind of put a piece of paper inside of here just to kind of test it out. They do recommend here right on the bag that you're going to roll the flap over 3 times and then buckle it. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. You can see size-wise, you are definitely losing a good amount of the bag just when rolling it over those 3 times. I will give you the measurements of the interior of the bag as well. But just want to do the wet test first. So it's just going to then clip right into there. And you can see I've got like a 1/8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it's actually kind of rolled over a bit in there. So that gives you an idea of the size of things you can fit inside of this 5-liter dry bag from Heeta. Now let's go ahead and get some water. So I just ran some water here in the sink, and I'm just going to be kind of squishing it down into here, seeing if it's going to kind of pop up. And it is going to be kind of float-ish, and I didn't even actually intentionally put water inside of there. So just something you'll want to keep in mind. I'm just going to be kind of shoving it in here, moving it around a bit. Like obviously if you're at a beach or on a boat or something like that, you're not going to be kind of squishing your stuff like this. So this is going to be like the most that's going to possibly be happening to it. And again, I'm just, kind of squishing it around, seeing if there's any water that's able to kind of pop inside of there. So just kind of doing that with this dry bag. Appears to be airtight, or watertight anyway. As you can see, those air bubbles are just kind of moving around back and forth. So let me go ahead and pull this out now. I'm going to go ahead and dry this off, and we'll see if that piece of paper inside of there is still dry. So I went ahead and got most of it dried off. You can see I still got some droplets of water on here, but the main thing is going to be the paper inside. You can see there's going to be water underneath here where it's rolled. So let's go ahead and see how wet or dry this is. And yeah, there's a little bit of water on there, and I'm going to say that came from when I pulled it out. So it is crinkled. As you can see, I was kind of squishing it and mashing it around, but there is no moisture on here at all besides what I'm currently getting on there with my fingers. So definitely does keep your stuff dry. That's going to be a really nice option for a dry bag. Now, the only problem is you can see I rolled it down to about here. So that's really going to be where your measurements are going to be at in regards to what you can actually fit inside of your dry bag. This does kind of open up a bit here on the bottom. So let me go ahead and do that before I give you those measurements. So I'm just going to measure all of the way down to the bottom, and you're going to have a hair over 11 inches. If you go all the way to the bottom where it's rounded here, it looks like about 11.25. Now I'm just going to measure here on top, side to side. You're about 11.5 inches. Now your bottom, your width on your bottom, this is going to be like in the circle here on the dry bag, going to be about 6 3/4, 7 inches, somewhere in that ballpark on this dry bag. Now, it does have a few different spots where you can clip things to it. So you can easily clip this to a backpack or something like that. You can easily carry it, through from this handle, that sort of a deal. But in regards to the waterproofing of the dry bag, it does work as intended. So definitely a nice option.